Howdy, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to till a garden by hand barefoot. Well, why am I saying doing this barefoot? One is the technique that I'm going to show you is so easy that you could do it barefoot. And believe it or not, your feet actually absorb a lot of nutrients. So when you're out in your good garden soil, your feet is actually absorbing a lot of those nutrients, which boosts your immune system. So this technique is very easy. It is a lot more work compared to a gas tiller, obviously, but gas tillers are expensive and they require gas and maintenance and all that kind of stuff, where this is the good old-fashioned way that I found that's very easy, and you only need two tools, and that being a pointed nose shovel and a garden hoe. Let's get into it. So actually, all this that you see that's looks like it's been tilled, because obviously it has, you did with this method. So I'm going to show you over here in this patch over here. You can see that I haven't done any in here. One, I still have crops there, and two, I wanted to make this video. So I'm actually going to do this patch right here. As you can tell, it's infested with weeds. It's kind of compact now over the winter. And of course, yes, this was pre-tilled soil last year, so this is more cultivating your old garden, but I am going to show you that the method does work even with tilling ground that has never been tilled before. Okay, so I'm going to start by removing any drip irrigation lines. Make sure I don't hit those with the shovel. Okay, so I'm going to do this area right in here. Okay, so you're just going to take your pointed nose shovel and you're going to just throw it somewhere in the ground. And you're going to rock it kind of like a broad fork. Just rock it till it goes pretty far in, because you want to make sure that it's tilled all the way to there. So that's about good. And then you're just going to pull backwards. And what this is going to do is it's just going to pull up all the soil and cause air to go through there, which is causing aeration in your soil. I got this idea from the broad fork, just using a plain old shovel. Make sure you remove any rocks. Okay, so you just pull that out, and then you move backwards once again. And obviously, I'm doing this barefoot, so if you have shoes, it'll probably make it easier and faster, so I can just jump on it with that with shoes. But you just pull it back. Now it lifts up, and you can tell this is clay soil right here, so this isn't easy stuff to go through. And then you just move back. Once again, kind of rock it into place. And then pull. So now that you got it kind of aerated, kind of dug up and stuff, this part's optional. It does make it a little bit easier when you come in with the hoe, but instead of going this way, pulling back this way, we're actually going to turn and go the opposite way. So now instead of this way, we're actually going to twist it, throw it in there. Now it's a lot easier to kind of rock into place. This is just kind of breaking up the soil that way now. Let's pull it up, back off, do it again, pull up, keep going back, pop up, and there's the rock. So now it's the hoe's turn. So all we're gonna do is just what we just did there. We're just gonna use the hoe to break up the big chunks. This is also the point where you could amend your soil. I probably will do it afterwards, because it's still a little bit, we still got a month before the planting season. So I might wait a few days before I start amending. But this would be the part where you would start amending and stuff, because it just makes it easier. This is the part that you start cultivating it up, getting all that stuff mixed in. So yeah, the hoe's next. Okay, so you can tell that it's nice and tilled up. See that? Good, rich dirt. Obviously I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna amend it a few days before planting. But you can see it's that simple. I mean, I did this area right here. I did all that earlier. And I did all that just today. So, it's not hard to do. It just takes a little bit of manual labor. But well, there you guys go. There you have it. It took me maybe 10 minutes. That's including filming to do all this. So it doesn't take very long. Like I said, it's definitely takes a lot longer than just doing it by tiller, but at least this way you can try to do it by hand, because I think that, because I did till this with a gas-powered tiller last year, but just doing it this way, one, builds me up. This is my workout. Do it at your own pace. Do it manually like they used to do in the old times. So I'm going to show you can even do it with breaking new ground. So you can see right here is grassy. I did take a shovel and just cut out that grass, so that way I'm not cutting out more grass than I'd like to. You can see I already started over here just to make sure, you know, everything went good. So actually with this we need to remove the grass first. So you'll just take a hoe or maybe even a flat shovel, and you're just gonna cut about an inch into the ground just by smacking your hoe and pulling it. And you can see the grass is coming up. So you'll see that it's a little bit of work having to take out the grass, but it still is possible. So now you got a nice place to work with. Just like over here, all you got to do is just stick your shovel in there, pop it up, maybe go the other way, pop it up, and then just go to town with it with the hoe. And then you'll have yourself a nice plowed area. Again, you could amend. That'll definitely help the process of hoeing, just because you don't have these big chunks of clay. Like I said, I'm going to wait and amend mine a little bit later. But as for right now, I just want to show you that, you know, things like this, doing it by hand is possible. And I think it makes you feel more excited to garden, because you spent so much time working on it, doing it by hand. Not working, you know, obviously a tiller is easier, but for me personally, I think that doing it by hand makes you appreciate it more. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd really recommend doing it by hand at least 1 year, especially if you have a smaller garden like me. I wanted to see this year if I could do it by hand, and I've been looking at researching different ideas on doing it, and a lot of people suggested a broad fork, but broad forks are pretty much just as expensive if you get a good one as a gas tiller. So I was like, well, what's the same thing? A shovel. It's not as wide, and I know that the other ones have teeth. It's not one solid piece, but it worked for me if you just include the hoe with it. It breaks it all up for you into this nice loomy soil that my plants will love. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit that thumbs up, and if you're new here, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Helps my channel out a lot, and catch you guys in the next video.